our car. We got the machine running right now. We haven't started it up too often, and we're about to do some videos. We're going to take a little hiatus from Sergeant Reckless due to the fact we're waiting for our paint date. As you can see, we already installed everything, the bumpers and stuff and whatnot. He's got to go back to paint. So we're going to wait for our paint date. So for now, we're going to fiddle around with our 1993 white box body that we call the machine. As you guys saw from the last videos that we had, we were going to put some weather stripping on that we put on Staff Sergeant Reckless. So we're going to do the Pepsi challenge. We're going to go ahead and take our 5.0 Resto weather stripping for the doors, install it on one side, and our Daniel Carpenter on the other. We bought both sets, so we're going to go ahead and sit and compare which sits better. Well, now that we got the car pretty warmed up, I know I'm going to have, I'm going to actually disconnect the battery because that light's going to eat the battery up and I don't want to have to recharge it. But what we're going to do real quick, we're going to go ahead and remove these panels right here, go around the door, and it's just kind of holding the rug and whatnot, but we're going to take this one off. We got new stuff for it, so along with that, we're just going to go ahead and replace it. Kick panels are coming off on both ends. We're going to try and avoid get the back one off because, as you guys know, we're going to have to dig into the couch area and it's going to get a little hard. But we're going to install on the passenger side. We will be installing our 5.0 Resto weather stripping for this door, and then we will do the driver's side. First and foremost, we're going to take a quick walk around. I'm going to show you how these doors close and how they line up prior to doing the installation of these new weather strippings. Mind you, being that it's new, it's going to need some little bit of downtime of it sitting together and getting a little squishy and whatnot, getting back, taking form. But overall, we haven't moved these doors or nothing, so there should not be any kind of bind-ups or any kind of hiccups with it working properly. But we will show you kind of how it works now and how it was with Reckless. Because if you go back to our video, you will see that we were literally trying to slam the door shut. Now, what we're going to do, one of the problems that we had when we fit our doors, we were having a big issue with them not closing right when we put on our new weather stripping, which we picked up from LMR at the 5.0 Resto weather stripping. And that was a couple years ago that we got it, so in all fairness, we're going to go ahead and go over a couple things. This time around, we were having a big issue with the doors not shutting right. We were slamming them really hard. We were moving them around. We're going to do a little quick walk around with the car so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Put the doors on there as you guys can see, and as you guys can see here, we got a big, and we could close it, but you can hear that it's pretty tight. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it does, and then we'll walk over to the machine and see what exactly it is that we want to get. So basically, it opens nice, and as you guys can see, there's our weather stripping that we got from LMR. There's 5.0 weather stripping, 5.0 Resto weather stripping. And I mean, it's great. At the touch, it's really tough. And it's been on here for about 2.5 weeks now. We run the heater in here, we leave it on for about an hour or two, we shut it off, and then we come back in here and we do it again. At the same time that we're doing that, we're trying to help our front bumper clip mold into a little bit better with our fenders. And we're not totally like worried about that because the car's going back to paint. But what we are worried about is this right here. We're having a hard time, and what I'm going to show you guys is typically when we close a door on the Mustang, and that would be a pretty decent throw. You guys could hear it, and obviously the jingling inside, it's the locking mechanisms, but that wasn't a bad throw. And I'm sure you'll barely be able to hear the audio difference now. Let's close it. It does close. You see that? It's beautiful. The problem here is we're throwing the door. We're literally just wham! And even though that weather stripping was on there and it was 5.0 Resto stripping, even though it was on there for about 6 years, it never actually conformed. It never got soft. It was actually always pretty hard. Now that we've put on the Daniel Carpenter, sexy. All right. Well, it don't matter if it looks sexy. Does it work is the question. So let's get this light out. We're going to give it a nice little toss. All right, already I'll tell you like this. You guys would see, I would get a kickback. I get a kickback, but I would tell you, when I was coming in around this close, you would hear the squeaking from right in here, where this would start to make contact. I can already tell you that I don't have as much resistance. It would start right up here. I can go all the way in where I start to feel the resistance, and it's close in. So, Madre de Dios. Here's to you, Saint Otto. Damn! That is what I'm talking about. Now, let's see. It still has a little bit of a throw, but it's brand new. And I mean, I didn't. Yeah. So I'm talking about, baby. You know, I'm getting excited because you know it's you know we've struggled a lot with the car. We ran into parts that were brand new, and we've talked to people that don't know what they're talking about sometimes. We've asked for help. We've done it all, and you know what? It just feels good that we're finally, you know, we're running this end. We're rounding the corner, and this it makes me happy. We see that it closed a lot better. We messed around a little too much with the passenger side door, which we will adjust again, but it's perfect. And what we're going to do, we're going to show you how both doors work, so you guys can see that we're not playing any trickery here, no smoking mirrors or sleight of hands. All right, so let's get started. And then we're going to go ahead and walk you on the outside of the door so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So as you guys can see, no trickery. We haven't done anything to the door. Sounds pretty good. Closes perfectly. Opens really smooth. Again, it opens real smooth, and look at that. Nice and close. Real good. Once more time, and again. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's check out that driver's side. Beautiful. Sounds great. Look at that. I threw that one a little bit. Let's go a little bit smoother, but look, it pops. Nice. Oh, too slow. Take two. And I just threw this a little soft, but it closes perfectly. I don't have a quarterback, and there it is. So you guys can see I'm not that far off, you know. Again, this could be that these are pretty old. So we're gonna install our Daniel Carpenter here on the driver's side. So why don't we go ahead and get that started, shall we, guys? All right, so this is our 5.0 Resto. We got two of them right here, guys, as you guys can see. Bam, 5.0 Resto sticker on there, you know. Damn, there you go. 5.0 Resto, cool. And these are them. We got these not too long ago, we'll say about a month ago, maybe two. And these are our Daniel Carpenter doors with fits all. Door weather stripping, and we're going to go ahead. And one of the things that I noticed immediately off of this, if you guys can see down here, see that? I'm pretty sure some of you who've done this will know what that is. When I open it up, I'm going to show you. So this will be our driver's side, and 5.0 Resto will be our passenger. Let's get it done. This is the same thing, being that it's older plastic. I could use my little impact driver or whatnot, which I'm not. I mean, I can, but I'm not gonna take it off like that right now. Number one, I don't want to strap these guys. They look pretty good, and I think we have plenty of these guys somewhere. But yeah, I'm not gonna strip them. I'm trying to see and take them off with ease. Why we're gonna change our weather stripping. As you see right there, splits in half. And again, this is 30-year-old weather stripping, if not more now. It's 93. But yeah, as you guys can see, look, check it out. So we're not just doing it because we're trying to show off to you that we have tons of cash because YouTube pays us all this money, because it doesn't. We're showing you because we got to do it anyways. We're trying to take care of your car. Just trying to take care of these details. This car is in really good condition, to the fact that you know, we don't have cruds of rust coming off with the screws, as you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, when you pull these off and you see nothing but rust coming off, then yeah, we have rust building in there. But it's a good thing this guy's been correct capped, and you know, this guy's clean. All right, let's take a look at this right here. Upon inspection, if you look at it, for being as old as it is, it's not bad. You know, what happens a lot, they break right here. As you can almost see, like this one's got a little bit of wear in here. As you can see, it's kind of bowed. But yeah, these tend to crack right here. People, when you over tighten them, you end up cracking the inside, and it just goes from there. So yeah, someone really loved this dude. Ooh, it's made by Ford. Let's keep moving. As we look at back here, we have spider webs, which is bad. But look at this. Exactly what we talk about, guys. Guys, I mean, I get it. They did take care of this bad boy. But you guys got to be careful with this stuff, man. Like torquing it down, and I know I see guys like, oh, don't you want to move faster, Saul? Don't you want to use a pneumatic, a 3 twin turbo drill, so you can remove them and install them faster? This is what happens, man, when you use those kind of tools. You got to be careful with a lot of this. I build a lot of old antique vehicles, man, and let me tell you, you strip something, you break something like this, you're gonna have a very, very pissed off customer, man. So get used to the fact that dealing with your old Fox body, man, you're gonna do it all by hand, and be gentle. Don't treat her like your girlfriend. All right. But we're definitely gonna have to get online to go ahead and find ourselves this panel. We don't like this, and you know, it's hard enough to find these panels. We're having a hell of a time just trying to find some for Staff Sergeant Reckless. If any guys out there know, help, help, help. But for the most part, we're searching. Hopefully, Daniel Carpenter will come along with some new ones. All right. Perfect. Guys, if it helps, you can take off your little speaker screen. I think I got a good little clearance here without damaging it. Try not to press down it. Maybe I'm gonna have to take it off anyways. The other thing is that I noticed the speaker screen is missing a screw here. So, I'll probably have to get one for it. Yes, sir. It's missing this little screw. There we go. So, guys, take off your speaker screen. There we go. Alright. This comes our dude down here. You know, there it is. All right. Well, this is a push. It's a push pin. It's a pretty long one. We got the new one sitting in one of the boxes, which we will find. You see, guys, this is what happens. Number one, I think this is the wrong screw to be here, but you know, I can feel right here that this guy's been cracked. It's a good thing that it's got some visual. It's losing paint, so it gives us an excuse to go ahead and hunt for one. Not that we want to, but you know, we're gonna take it off. But guys, like I said, just be careful with these things when you take them off. They're old, especially if you have an older guy, you know, that's been sitting out in the sun. Arizona, California, all you West Coast guys, man, I know the sun loves to bake those cars. These parts become very brittle, so just reinstalling them, be careful. I guess you could zip it out with a what you call a drill bit. I mean a Phillips head. But I'm trying not to remove it, so I can go. And we have a little screw right up in there.
Oh, and that holds the...
There we go. I think that should give me enough where I won't have to remove this whole panel here, because you guys know it runs all the way across here, goes into back here, and then across down. And again, so we're just gonna go ahead and remove what we have to give us a little bit of breathing room here. We're gonna try and keep it there. Oh. That's interesting. That's why it holds in pretty good. There we go. Alright. We may have a hell of a time getting it in, but it's coming out. There it is. Let's see. There we go. There it is. Wow, yeah, big old glob of rust right here. We're gonna have to attach. We're gonna have to take care of this. Maybe we bring a little bit of primer. We'll knock that off and then we'll fill it in. Just a little bit of primer for the time being till we get him back off the paint. All right, well, here we go. So, off the bat, guys, let's look at this original one right here. Now, there's our driver's side one, so you can see it. Okay, looks pretty good. It's just old, you know, dried out, as it should be, I guess, for it being there. You know, and one of the things we do notice, bam, you see those little holes right there? Bam. They're all there. So we're going to show you something, but hopefully it doesn't make a big difference, so stay tuned for that. So this one's off. And what we notice here as well, get that light over here. You can see, uh-oh, we don't like this. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this off real good. We're gonna put some etching primer on here with a brush, just so it holds up. We're gonna clean off all this surface, get all this old glue off of here. And then we're gonna install our Daniel Carpenter over here, and then we're gonna move on to the passenger side. Never goes as planned, does it, boys? Anybody that knows about cars, never goes as planned. So what we're going to do is clean it off and see if we can put some etching primer in there. Just to kind of give it a little hold off till we get John ready. Because if you guys know, in the car industry, the poops really hit the fan. And, you know, parts are fucking trash and everything's just not working like it should in the car. John will probably have to get it from here to like about right here, because you can see right here, you got a little bit of rust, and I think this may be giving way, but I'm not gonna pick at it too much. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my etching primer in here, and just kind of lift this up to break up some of that rust that we got in there. It's got a lot of sealer, so that's good. So it was only pretty much this top portion here that's but we're gonna have to get in here real good, because as you guys know, here at Green Wheels, we do not like, here at MCSE Green Wheels, we do not like rust. We hate rust, every little bit about it. So we will attack this with some vigor. I'm gonna go get me a set of some wire cutters, or a big set of tin snips. That's what you'll need to get to trim this off. This comes, it's a pretty long length, so it's gonna have some overlap. It's real good, man, so you can get it down to a T of how close you want it to the door. Alright, so Mr. John Carpenter, one of the things that we did notice to Mr. John Carpenter, those little dots that are hanging out at the bottom, boom, that's what they are. They got those little vent holes, although some of them never came off, but you guys could see, bam, there's one other one.
And which is what we saw in the factory.
So we saw, exactly, yes sir. These little vent holes, although more on the factory than Daniel Carpenter's, but they're on here. So one of the things that we did observe on the 5.0 Resto, it doesn't come with them. And I'll show you when we go to install the passenger side. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull any of these can off, because I'm under the impression that these little holes do make a difference. Let's see.
Is it going in, or is fighting
you? You know what, man? It's going in real nice. Right here may be a little difficult, but no, it's actually moving in place really nice. I started off back down here at the bottom. It was I just kind of eyeballed it from the mark right here of the quarter, where what meets in the metal. Just kind of went off like about 1.5 inches, and I started off right here. Why? Mostly because the trim here is gonna kind of eat up and block out, so you don't see that too much of the cut when I do cut it. So, but other than that, like, this thing is it's really flexible. It's got good elasticity is the word. So it moves fairly easy. I thought I was gonna have to, drop some lube in here or something or other, something like a WD-40 or something, but pretty good. It's pretty good. And I decided to start off on the back end, being that, this right here, it's got a little bit of a fight, but yeah.
Stay going, I'm fighting you.
It's a little bit of a fight here, because the bolt that's here just does have a little bit of tension to it. The seat belt, when this moves forward, now it tightens up on the seat belt, so this piece of it kind of does get you a little bit on the way. I'm kind of still debating, maybe I should remove it to make the other side easier, but as you can see right now, I got it in, and I'm just trying to make sure. Oops, sorry. Alright. Yeah, see, I got it in. I kind of maneuvered the seat belt around, just move it back that way so I have clearance here in the front. I still don't want to push too far where I crack it, and then you'll start seeing the crack right where the bolt line will probably be in, and start coming out this way. So, but it moved in pretty good. although we noticed that, like I said, guys, we did notice that some of our quarters are cracked. We're gonna have to go in there and probably get these guys off because we don't want that. Now that we see that we have a little bit of rust, we're gonna have to go ahead and address that as well. Other than that, it's going in fairly good, fairly smooth. Now I took off a little bit here. We're gonna come back and address this. I'll tell you why a little later. I'm not gonna worry about that too much right now. But we're gonna go right ahead and march on down. And as I go, I kind of push up into this to kind of keep it concise. You know, trying to keep it nice and taut, especially here at the back ends where it turns. As I push in, I'm pushing towards the towards it so I can get it nice and flush on the turn. As you can see, like, man, that just went in. Like, look, that's perfect. See, look at that. Look at this. Beautiful. That's kind of what you want. You don't want this fighting you. So I was more concerned here, but it worked out. We're eventually gonna have to remove this quarter. I don't want to do it right now. But you guys can see it's falling into place rather nicely. So let's carry on. So now that we're up here, and again, like I said, as I'm installing this, I'm kind of moving it up with this hand. I'm moving it forward and then I'm pressing in. You'll see once you lay it down, you're gonna have like little wavy spots, just a little bit like that. You know, a little thin piece of wood will help you just press up there, but for the most part, it's really just flying into place. All right. Now, now right here at this edge, guys, this is where you really want to work it up here because it bends here, well, obviously, but you want to really make sure you get it in here because you don't want to leave this too, you know, like off the turn, because what it's going to end up doing is you're going to get that seepage in here. As you can tell already how this Daniel Carpenter set, man, it almost looks like it was on here already because it's taking its own natural form right up against the back of the car right here, the framing, and you know, it's just flat here. So I can't wait to see what it looks like when we get this door, when we close the door, you know, just to see how it fits. Because, like I said, we saw a lot of people telling us that the Daniel Carpenter wasn't good for them. We saw a lot of people tell us that the 5.0 Resto worked out better for them. And we saw some people saying that, you know, maybe, whatever it was, it didn't work out for them on Daniel Carpenter. Some people told us the 5.0 wasn't working out for them. You know, we had various input. That's what kind of prompted this video. Since the fact of the matter, we couldn't get too much data due to the fact that we had replaced and done a lot of work on Reckless. So we figured, all right, you know what? This car has not been touched. This car has not been moved. We haven't damaged anything, or not that we do, but we haven't done anything to it that made it come off its original, you know, position. So this was a great idea to do it like this, because then we can get a true data and test to see what it actually does work. All right. Bring it back this way. And again, as I'm still moving forward as I press down, I want to make sure that I get it nice and tight to these turns right here, because I hate to have them loose, because as you guys know, when the heat comes in, it's going to shrink up a little bit. Before you know it, this thing's going to come off the turn, and you're going to have a little hole coming through the backside. You're going to rip this. It's going to be a mess. So no need to buy these twice. Get it done right. All right. Now, I'm at the end right here, and I'm thinking, if I'm eyeballing it, I'm trying to get it as close as I can to my dude right here. I hate to see it when it's like a piece of it missing. Let's try and keep it flush. I technically grab a little piece of this stuff itself, if I can, and then stick it in here so I can connect them together. But we're going to go ahead and show you that later. Or you can take a little piece of tubing, regular rubber hosing, just pop it in there on each side, and it'll sit right in there. Being that it's the bottom, it's going to get crushed anyway, so I would just end up using something like this because it's the same consistency of softness, I guess. Okay. All right. Let me see. Gonna have to kind of eyeball it. I don't want to come up too short on it. All right. Let me turn it over. See, I gave myself a little reference cut right there. Let's see. Try not to. Let's see if we can get it all at once. Okay. Open it up a little bit more. All right, it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean. So, let's see. Ooh, look at that. Oh my, oh man. Look at this. It's got a little bit of a lift, but man, look at that. That's nice and tight. I like that. And like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and use a little piece of this. I'm gonna use my little blade. I'm gonna stick it in here. Just a little chunk. And just so it makes the connection there, I can actually later come with some black RTV if I want. That's per choice when you guys are ready for that. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little piece in there a little later. But before we close this door, let's go install the other side, which is our... It actually popped it out a little bit more. But it closed perfectly, and I didn't swing it. Oh, it's definitely a little bit more taut.
Yeah. Because it's new, so you gotta,
yeah, so, but, dude, I mean, this I felt there was just a little hair shorter in, but I could feel it's almost, but right here, because it's new, it's got a little bit, and it does kick the door out, as you guys can see, but it's so far, that's not a hard throw. Let's see 5.0 side. And I already opened up most of this side right here. Again, on this side right here, I also did notice they did break the bottom tab again on this guy. Unlike that quarter, the top tab was still good. This one is broken. This one is broken. The other one in front is broken. And that's what I'm telling you guys. You can't always use your impact. It looks like somebody did use an impact on it, or their little screw gun. And they stripped it, they tightened it, they cracked it.
That one is cracked. You know,
yeah,
the lip that holds...
The little lip that holds in here, it's cracked. And on both sides. And now, we're going to be on the hunt for these quarters. They're sun faded too, so North Carolina car, what do you expect? But, yeah, one of the big thing, guys, just try not to tighten these things down, go crazy on them. Even if they're new, it's still plastic. So, you know, if you got more than 10 pounds of torque in your hands, then you're gonna destroy them. So let's go ahead and get this one off. And I'm pretty sure, again, we're taking them off because things like this, right here, we got a rip. You guys can see the other one on the other side goes from back here all the way across. So that's one of the reasons. Just trying to keep it. Got the glue. Perfect. All right. Now, let's move this guy. I know you're saying, well, so why are you being so careful with it if you're going to get rid of it? I know. I don't want to break it right now because as we know in the Fox body world, ooh, we got a little bit of rust right here. We must attend to that when we get a chance. It's not a hole, but yeah, we don't like that stuff. So you guys can see that. So far, this one looks pretty good. I don't see any rust on this rim, so that's good. All right. It's yeah. Part of it is the glue. Part of it is this buckle that swings here. It kind of the wide end kind of. That's the same trouble I was having over there on that side. Start this one up from down here too. kind of come at the middle.
Do we have to move those back screws to or now?
I think I already did.
Oh, okay.
I think I did. Yeah. There we go. Sorry if I blocked that shot, ladies and gentlemen. Mostly gentlemen, I guess. Oh, 5% ladies. There's our old one. And again, this guy's original, as you can tell. Now, this is one of the things I was showing you from the Daniel Carpenter guys. And I'm going to show you, although this set of 5.0 Resto weather strippings that we got are fairly new, I feel the same consistency in thickness here as the Carpenter still feels to me a little softer than this, but this does not feel like the one that we originally started when we got Reckless. If you go back to our video that when we did that door trim on Reckless, the weather stripping, we had those on there for about 6 years, and they never gave way. We were trying to align these doors, and it was a nightmare. And we finally went to the Daniel Carpenter. Night and day. If you haven't seen it, guys, go back there and check it out.
So did that prompt you to decide that you're gonna buy extra? Just tell me the story.
So basically, what that ended up prompting us to do, we went into the double side of things. We went, okay, we were probably bad 5.0 at the time, and we were like, okay, let's get some more. But Mr. Tombo was like, hey, I'm gonna up and get the little bit more expensive ones. I think they were $10 more, $12 more. And happened to be a Daniel Carpenter. And when we got him, immediately I could tell the difference in material. It was a lot softer, had a lot bit more flexibility, a little bit rubbery. But yeah, it says on the packaging to fit OEM standards. And one of the things that this one says is made like OEM standards. And one of the things that I'll show you right now, guys, that the 5.0 Resto weather stripping is missing. We have no vent holes on this bad boy at all. Okay? There are no vent holes on it. And neither did our one that we had on Reckless. I could still tell you the difference in between the one that we initially had put first to this one. This is definitely a hell of a lot softer. It's 100 times softer than the one we had on Reckless before. But it's still, to me, I'd still feel it a little bit tougher than the DC. So let's go ahead and install it, see what happens. Start off on this back end, guys. Again, just so I can battle this guy. I don't want to break it, but again, we all know now that we're going to have to replace these because they're broken. We have a little bit of body work to do on these trim. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. So let's get this on. And again, we started off right around here. That's where the initial cut line was. It's about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches off the where the quarter panel comes to the bottom rocker. You guys, that's the same thing I did over there. So I'm coming off about 1.5 inches to 1 inch off the cut here, and that's where initially I'm going to make my cut so I can bring the union there, marry them together. All right. And again, guys, as I push down, this hand is pushing into the turns. I want to make sure I get them nice and deep in there so I don't have anything that's loose get in there. And yeah, see, goes in there nice and deep. That way we don't have anything flapping, because as you guys know, summertime hits around, these tend to shrink a little bit, and before you know it, it's coming off. And now it's like at the mid of the door, it's gonna rip, and it's havoc. So yeah. And again, it's flying in. It moves in there pretty easily. I do feel that this 5.0 right here is not as squared right here. It's got more of a rounded spine. I don't know if you guys could tell, because over there, it was snagged here, but I don't know. It just, to me, this at least feels a little thinner on the top side, which is pretty good, I guess. but we shall see. The end result will be if the door closes.
Stop fighting you back.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, we saw that the door had a little bit of a bounce back, but it's new, ladies and gentlemen. It's new. Let's not get carried away. So we're going to install them. We're going to give you a couple test runs right now and see what we think, and then we're going to leave them in here for a couple days. We should be able to get the rest of the trim work, and then we'll come back in here and check them again. All right. That was the car, not me. Yeah, you see. Here's a little bit of a fight, but then again, this is where the screw's at for the seatbelt. So just work around it. And you know what? This one's going in a little easier. I do feel that this spine is just a little thinner than the Daniel Carpenter, but you know, we'll see. Come on, this time. They're real nice, man. Like, you know, I do think that this spine is a little thinner, and this wasn't on the original 5.0 Restos we had gotten.
6 years
yeah,
ago.
6 years ago. So maybe, you know, you could tell like how nice and close these guys got. The ridges right here, that's really good. I like that. Again, I do feel like it's more of a rounded top than a squarish one, where the Daniel Carpenter's more square, and this is more. It's got more of a deep little cup here at the bottom of it, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to install, guys. Those who've done it, you've done it. Nothing to brag about here. It's not like you did a candy coat paint job, but you know, it does feel good when you do it right. All right. Now again, I'm looking at it as I'm putting it on. I can tell you one thing: as I put on the Daniel Carpenter, the little press in the back that's kind of creased back here on the Daniel Carpenter makes it sit up high into the at least I think so, into this frame back here. So it makes it sit up like this. It's not like so forward towards me. It's more up higher. So that could be definitely be the difference in this stuff. But I mean, we'll find out what's better. Again, we're doing this because we got mixed reviews, and you know, we were curious about it. So we thought we'd bring you the Pepsi challenge.
It's going in.
Yeah, it does. Just gotta finagle this little guy around because the screw's still in there. I didn't want to take it off completely, but it's going in. This guy right here. Now we also have these new kick panels, but we're not going to change them out just yet because we're going to wait for our new pillar trim right here. I think that that's going to be important due to the fact that these two are broken. Well, those two are broken. Because this right here is a nice little bend here. And I want to make sure I get it up against the door right, or should I say that? There we go. You want to get it nice and in the frame. Again, guys, these turns right here are important that you push up into them, so you're not, you know, you don't leave this. It doesn't shrink up on you in the summer or anything. So you don't worry about it because you're gonna have enough slack. And I'm pushing up. You know, you can get your hammer with the butt of a hammer, the back of it, and just push it up in there just to make sure it's all the way in. I can feel it because I'm a man, I use my hands. All right. Let's see. Yeah. This curve, and you see, I could see right now how this lays different. The Daniel Carpenter does come inward. This is, like I said, this is just more pried out that way. Again, we won't know it till we close the door. Alright. Alright, there we go. Now, let's give ourselves the most perfect cut we can. You know, I'm trying to give myself a beautiful looking line like I did on the driver's side. So, bring this guy over here so we all can see together. So basically, it's a little bit of swag, a little scientific wild ass guess. I think I'm right on it. Bring it back. Beautiful. It's not as straight, but bam. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's not as straight as I wanted it, but check it out, man. I got a little bit of an overlay right here on top. We're gonna take care of that probably with a little bit of a knife, just a little bit, just so it doesn't bother the trim when it sits on it. Not that it would, but you never know. Maybe I just get lazy, leave it alone. But you can see I got a little bit overzealous here. Not a big deal. Again, I'm gonna use a little piece of this, cut the back end off, about that much, about an inch worth, stick it in both sides. You can just do it like this, push it in. You can push a little silicone in there, and you will make it look seamless. Now that we've installed it,
Yes.
let's see what the Pepsi challenge holds. Mind you guys, it's brand new, so god damn.
Wow.
This one, here we go. Now, it has, I'm gonna be honest with you, the release on this one seems a lot softer than the one over there. Alright, but that's a goddamn good close, man. Look at this. I mean, I do feel it's a little bit up. Again, it's new, but it does have a bite. Not, I still think it's a little deeper over there, but you know, that's a good. Not a lot of. All right, let's see the other one. Up. Yeah, I do feel more of a bite here. I also did notice that my it's pretty scarred up, as you guys can see. Not a big deal. We can go ahead and take care of this. It's not a big deal. I got spares, as you guys know, but from that distance, like, it's just got a little bit more bite. You know, I do feel. I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. I feel a little bit of bite here on this door, just when it opens. Other than that, when it closes, I know that none of you are here to see it by force, by hand, by strength, or anything of that. This is all visual. But what do y'all think? This is what we did right now, guys, and we're gonna finish it up. We're gonna go ahead and put the trim work back on there. But I bear the question. I ask you guys, what do you think it's better? The 5.0 Resto or the Daniel Carpenter? I don't know. You guys look at this video, do a little scratch and sniff if you can on the screen. Maybe you could tell. I don't know. But if I had to say, I think that at this round, the 5.0 close is a little bit nicer than this side. And I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm more sold on this side has a little bit more bite on the door release. Other than that, besides that, you know, that's the only thing right there. But besides that, I think that they're fairly the same. And I will tell you that in consideration to the ones that we bought 6 years ago, they're totally different because we had a humongous problem with that guy that we do not have now. Our doors are not displaced. Everything seems to be lining up, and because it's new, we do have a tiny lift. Not a big deal. The only thing is that I feel that this one just has a little bit more bite. Could be that my striker pen is just worn out or a little bit further back. Other than that, it seals great. I don't hear any rattle. The thing about it is I'm not battling and I'm not slamming it. Again, if you go back to our previous videos for Reckless, I was literally slamming these doors hard, trying to get it, even softly pushing in a little bit so I can make it seal right. The Daniel Carpenter and the 5.0 Resto work superbly on both sides. I do just feel that I have a little bit more bite here on the Daniel Carpenter side. Could be my striker, could be my my locking mechanism. I don't know. You guys tell me. Give me a couple comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you saw that I did wrong, because I'm pretty sure I did. Other than that, guys, next couple videos coming up, you'll see us still giving some new parts for this bad boy, like a center console, and obviously some pillar trim and some quarter trim. So, give me some remarks. Let me know what you think. We'll see you on the next one, guys.